And what's up, Virginia Jets fans? This is your club president, Adam Bartolo, recording live from the studio apartment in Ian Hit, Newport News, Virginia. We got about 3 inches of rain outside, wherever you are watching this video from. If you're in the path of the storms, I hope you're doing well and hope your loved ones are safe as well. Well, we got a big game on Sunday. It is the New York Jets traveling to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to play the Steelers at Heinz Field or Asurian Stadium or Alliance Stadium, Acrisure Stadium, who really cares? But this is a game where history is not on the Jets' side, not like it often is. But I'll give you a quick stat to start off right now. You know, the Jets have played 17 games in their history in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. In those 17 games, they are 1-16. 0-6 against Philadelphia, 1-10 against Pittsburgh. That one win, if you're wondering, came in the 2010, I believe, season when Brad Smith had the opening kick return for a touchdown and the Jets pulled the game out late. That is the only time the Jets have ever beat Pittsburgh, so hopefully the second time's the charm this year. Let's get into this matchup. So we're going to start with the Jets offense against the Steelers defense. I really need to see the Jets establish the run. This is an offense that is supposed to be predicated on establishing the run. The Jets have not had a chance to do that, primarily because they tend to trail very early in the game. And Mike LaFleur has been putting the football in the hands of Joe Flacco, which is never a recipe for sustained success. So the Jets cannot fall behind early again, and they're facing a pretty lousy run defense in Pittsburgh. Currently, Pittsburgh is allowing 142 yards per game on the ground. That is 5th worst in the NFL. And I want to see Breece Hall get more chances. Let me tell you a little something about number 20 from Iowa State, Breece Hall. He is 47th in rush attempts in the league with 21. He is 37th in rush yards with 112, but he is 10th in yards per carry with 5.3. He doesn't get a whole lot of opportunities to run the ball, but when he does, he typically gets some yardage. So let's put the ball in the hands of number 20, and you know I'm always going to wave the flag for Michael Carter because I'm a fan of his. Running the ball will go a long way towards beating this Pittsburgh team. And the Steelers, this is not your papa's Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Mean Joe Green and Jack Lambert are not on the field. The Steelers have 26 missed tackles on the season, and safety Terrell Edmunds is the biggest culprit with 5 missed tackles. Wow, safeties that have issues making tackles. Where have I heard that before? Can't imagine. And I want to give you here's another stat on defense. The Steelers, when they allow 20 points or more, since 2021, they are 1-8. If you can score on this team, you're going to win. Now let's talk a little bit about some players. Now the offensive line of the Jets really does scare me. George Fant is out for the game. Connor McDermott is expected to start at left tackle. I think half of the people in this club could do a better job blocking the Pittsburgh defense than Connor McDermott would. No T.J. Watt, the leading sack getter last year in the NFL. That is important. And the Steelers are 0-6 in games that they have played without T.J. Watt since he came into the league. But with here's another stat. Without T.J. Watt, the Steelers are producing 3.5 sacks per game. Without Watt, only 1.7 sacks. He is the engine of that defense, their heart and soul, and he will not be on the field this Sunday. But here's some players to watch. Alex Highsmith, number 56. He has 4.5 sacks this year. That's more the entire Jets defense combined. Plus, Highsmith also has 4 tackles for a loss. He will likely be lined up against Connor McDermott. I want to see Mike LaFleur give McDermott some help at left tackle, whether that's C.J. Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, an extra running back. Don't let McDermott's ineptitude be the reason the Jets lose this game. And then at linebacker, you've got Miles Jack, number 51. He has 35 tackles. You've got Devin Bush, number 55. Minka Fitzpatrick at safety is a pretty fantastic safety. He's got 2 interceptions this year and 24 tackles. He did suffer a concussion a week and a half ago in the game against Cleveland, but he did practice fully on Friday, and he is expected to be a go. Now let's flip the script. When the Steelers have the ball against the Jets defense, let me give you a little number here. You know, I like to give you numbers, okay? 1, that's the number of teams currently spending more cap dollars on their defensive line than the New York Jets this season. Only 1 team. Here's another number, 25. That's the number of teams averaging more sacks than the Jets through the first 3 weeks of the season. This defensive line and this pass rush are grossly underachieving. And against this Pittsburgh offensive line, and against this quarterback, that script has to flip now. The Jets are allowing 27 points per game. Even worse, they're 31st in allowing third down conversions. That's 51.3. Absolutely unacceptable. Even on Sunday, when they tried to blitz, they blitzed 10 times on Sunday, and they didn't work, as they only got 2 sacks in on Joe Burrow. Now, Pittsburgh is an offense that is really finding their way. They have a few talented players, but they have not really discovered what their best route is to sustaining success. Both their run and pass game rank in the bottom half of the league. They've scored only 4 offensive touchdowns in 3 games. This is a quote from wide receiver Chase Claypool. "We've got playmakers, but I don't know if we have an identity. I still think we're figuring that out." I think we're still figuring that out. So this team needs to find where it's going right now. Now, Dan Moore is a very good left tackle. He's only allowed 2 pressures this year. He has a 1.7% pass rush allowed. That is the best among all left tackles in the NFL. So Carl Lawson's going to be a tough matchup for him. At quarterback, Mitch Trubisky is still the starter, pretty much the epitome of a underachieving or a bad game manager. So far, he's completed 62 passes for 569 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. A lot of people are wanting to see Kenny Pickett appear at quarterback, their rookie. Will it happen this week? It very well could. And the Steelers do have a very good trio of wide receivers in Claypool, number 11, who we just mentioned. Then you have Deontay Johnson, number 18. I think that is their primary target. That's who the Jets have to make sure gets locked down during this game. And then you got a very exciting rookie in George Pickens, number 14, who made a fantastic one-handed catch on Thursday night against Cleveland, but he is definitely prone to dropping the ball. So he's still learning to find himself in the league. They've got to find tight end in number 88, Pat Freiermuth, but he wasn't even targeted until the 4th quarter last week. Why they don't go to this guy, I don't know, because he is a good tight end. And at running back, you have number 22, Najee Harris, averaging only 3.2 yards per rush attempt. Not that different than what Joe Mixon was doing, and the Jets shut him down last week. You know, it's amazing. The biggest concern I had about this defense going into the season was the Jets' ability to stop the run. And it turns out that might be the best thing that they've done, along with the cornerbacks covering wide receivers. The Jets are 6th in the NFL, allowing only 3.7 yards per rush attempt by the opposing offense. Now, without Quincy Williams at linebacker this week, it's going to put more responsibility on the shoulders of Quan Alexander and Marcel Harris at linebacker. So let's see if they can keep that going against Najee. Okay, we got a couple of other notes. Time of possession. I want to talk about that for a moment. The Steelers are averaging a mere 24 minutes and 15 seconds of possession time per game. Their defense is on the field a lot, and they get gassed. So I'll be curious to see if the Jets can sustain some drives like these other teams have, like New England did, like Cleveland did. And the third downs, I'm going to come back to that. I told you earlier that the Jets are 31st in the league at defense at allowing third down conversions. Well, the Steelers' offense has been brutal on third downs. They have converted only 33% of their attempts, 24th in the league. And against Cleveland, they converted just 1 of their 9 third down opportunities. So I'll be watching those third downs to see who gets the better of those for both sides. I think that's going to have a lot to do with the outcome of this game. Okay, club notes for this Sunday. So we are going to have our very first premium raffle of the 2022 NFL season. We got a bunch of great new prizes. I can't wait for you to see them. In fact, you're going to get to see a sneak preview of some of them right now. So we got a bunch of new t-shirts. Check this out. All right, this is a dry fit shirt. Nike brand. We got the new Jets logo on here. Super, super soft here. We've got green ones. We've got gray ones. We've got large. We've got XL. Okay, and then I got another design here for you that I got in New Jersey when I was in town for the opening game. Okay, so you got this green. You get the old school airplane logo here. I know we love that logo. And here you got the 80s logo here on the back. So we got large and extra larges on those as well. So if you want a chance at winning one of those shirts, come on down to AJ Gators on Sunday, 1 p.m. As always, door prizes and 50-50. I can't wait to see you there. Let's get back to 500. Let's have a great time, and go Jets!